sign their first child over when they ready to be rich and famous. But once they feel like the money's running out, now they like, oh no, I need you to teach me how to fish. Why would I teach you how to fish when I've been giving you these fish dinners the whole time? And you've been eating them. Bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to share to whatever platform you are on and you feel like wherever your followers or your friends or whatever would enjoy this book. Share it wherever that is, whether it be the TikTok, the Instagram, the Facebook, wherever. And tip your favorite narrator via Cash App at $NAROB on YouTube. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. We getting ready to continue talking about the Mary Wilson. Put all my hopes on our second album, New Ways, but Love Stays. The performances were uniformly strong, especially our top 10 hit, Stoned Love. The dramatic, orchestrated intro dissolved into a gritty, danceable groove topped by strings and joyful harmonies. It and many of the other songs on this album captured us as we presented ourselves live. 3 identifiable vocalist. The record included beautiful versions of Simon and Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Waters and the Beatles Come Together. Cindy Jean and I posed for a group portrait in naturals, scant makeup and black turtleneck sweaters. It was simple, classy, and the shot that I strongly believed should have been the album's front cover. What Motown put out instead was a hodgepodge of little round pictures of us in various stage costumes. At this point in our career, every aspect of our presentation was critical. The baby pink background with hot pink girlish type looked outdated, the wrong image at the wrong time. Because around this time in the 70s, everything is Black Pride. Okay, and the last thing at this time that a black woman wants to be is old dainty bitch playing with sugars and spice and everything nice. Motown is like, no, we're not about to have the black power over here. Don't you know we're trying to cater to a white audience? Okay, because we make money over here. We ain't got time to be worried about you black people and all your, concerns. We trying to make money over here. This is a business. Even worse, Motown decided the LP couldn't be titled Stoned Love. Yes, albums were important, but it took smash singles to draw public attention to them. The country was then in the midst of an anti-drug hysteria with self-appointed experts discovering drug references whenever they looked, even in the old Peter, Paul, and Mary children's song, Puff the Magic Dragon. Our singing Stone Love was actually edited out of a national television show for this reason. Sure, there were drug references in music, but not in our music. Y'all, let me tell you what tore me up. All them TV shows that we used to watch in the 70s as children that were created in the 60s, so much of it referenced drugs. And I don't know why they did that. Why would you do that? Why would you involve psychedelics in children's shows? That's why we fucked up. That's why Gen X is fucked up. Let me tell you one of my favorite shows. It was on the Croft Superstars. Baby, when I found out HR Puffin stuff, get it? HR Puffin stuff was a reference to drugs, I knew that all was lost. And then Scooby Snacks is drugs. Why, Lord? Why? I still maintain this album should have been the record to put the Supremes back on top. I think that through its neglect and carelessness, Motown squandered our big chance. New Ways settled at a very disappointing number 68, a poor showing for an album bearing a gold single. As 1970 ended, we could look back on our first year with pride. 2 gold singles, 4 top 25 hits, and a tour schedule fully booked into 1972. Unfortunately for Diane, she hadn't made quite the solo splash she and Barry had counted on. Her first single, Reach Out and Touch Somebody's Hand, now her theme song, stopped at number 20. What? Ain't that the Ashford and Simpson hit? When do anything that Ashford and Simpson make stop or stall? It's crazy. I've read that she previously recorded the song while with the Supremes, but that's not true. Even so, we often got requests to sing it. People thought it was a Supremes song. That fall, Diane's cover or remake of the Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell's classic Ain't No Mountain High Enough went to number 1. But it would be nearly 3 years before another top 10 single. Partly this was no doubt due to the fact that Diane's decision to leave the Supremes was not popular with everyone. Many people also blamed her personally for Flo's ouster. When Diane opened solo at the Frontier Hotel, the room wasn't even sold out. So much for the misconception that Diane rocketed to superstar after leaving the Supremes. While we floundered, Barry must have been puzzled. This wasn't how it was supposed to be. No matter how enthusiastically the Supremes were received on stage, or how many records the group sold in the eyes of the corporate powers at Motown, we were employees, plain and simple. Except for Diane. None of us was treated like a star. As the Motown myth got retold and reinvented, Barry and the Machine loomed larger and more important than the writers, producers, musicians, and performers. I noticed that with each year, Motown assumed more credit for making the artists what they were. Whenever we were billed for a concert or television appearance, it wasn't the Supremes, but Motown presents the Supremes, or Motown's Supremes. By the early 70s, Motown began to transition from the local label, where everybody was family, to an impersonal business. Yeah. So this is what the problem is. Remember us reading Tony Turner's book. Tony Turner made it very clear that a lot of the problem with Motown and its artists was that Barry Gordy spoiled them. A lot of these people didn't have enough intellectual capability to control their own lives. They relied on Barry for everything. And Barry, being the super dragon that he is, he allowed them to do it. Where there were things that Barry just made happen. Hey, Barry, I want a Rolls Royce. You want a Rolls Royce? I got your Rolls Royce without a problem. You don't have the intellectual capacity to know that you didn't sign for a loan for this Rolls Royce and that it just appeared for you What you think? Barry Gordy just bought you a Rolls Royce and just gave it to you because you are David Ruffin or Mary Wilson or Diana Ross? You know that you did not sign a loan for this car. So how do you think it's your car? But I believe they didn't have the education or the knowledge to know how to go down to the Cadillac dealer and say, hey, I need a loan. Put it in my name. You know, they just was like, hey, I'm David Ruffin from Motown. I want a Cadillac. And they made sure that the Cadillacs happened for them. I mean, you gotta be responsible for yourself. And those are the lessons that they found out later. That first move symbolized a big change. But we would never guess how big. I was just becoming confident with my new life in California when I got the news. Did you hear Motown is closing down its offices in Detroit and moving to Hollywood? Someone asked me. I couldn't believe it. Without any emotions involved, it did make sense. Okay, yes. What does not make sense is how Barry didn't teach his employees how to fish. He just gave them a fish dinner. They'll sign their first child over when they're ready to be rich and famous. But once they feel like they're there or the money's running out, now they're like, oh no, I need you to teach me how to fish. Why would I teach you how to fish when I've been giving you these fish dinners the whole time? And you've been eating them. Don't worry about that, honey. Don't just eat this fish right here. No, teach me how to fish. And the fact that they didn't look into their finances sooner, it's just indicative of young artists being taken advantage of. You ain't doing that now to these young artists. These young artists don't give a fuck. The biggest changes in Motown, however, were taking place behind closed doors. Once on the West Coast, Barry began turning over the day-to-day operation to hand-picked assistants, such as Suzanne DePass, Ewart Abner, Bonnie Ellis, and Mike Rothschild. Which one was the one who got their ass kicked by that man with a guitar?